Three, two, one. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're at in the US or around the world. Welcome to Baseball Outside the Box, the show that loves to interview baseball's best coaching minds who love to challenge the status quo, but we also love to interview coaches from all over the world, all different levels, to give us great ideas on the new development, new ways to teach kids, new ways to teach older players, professionals, all kinds. We got great shows. We're expanding our shows also with interviews with major league players, coaches, people in the game of baseball, whether it's current, past. Find out how they've been doing things for a long time, how they got their careers going. You know how they became a professional coach, how they became a professional trainer, whatever it may be. Trying to help people to, maybe young people are looking to get into certain industries. Plus, there's some great stories from a lot of the coaches and players and front office executives that they have from the past. And I think it's great for people to hear those stories. So, hey, again, welcome in the US and around the world. Thanks again, everybody. We're here in Vancouver Island, Vancouver, Canada. Awesome place, great country. We got a lot of friends, not just here, but all over Canada. Great baseball country. I keep saying it all the time. One of the best educational programs when it comes to coaches in the world. There's some great countries that do that. Watching some baseball back there. Looks like the Oakland A's. And we're getting baseball now here a little bit at the hotel. So it's fantastic on our little time off. We get a chance to pick up some games. So again, welcome everybody to another show of Baseball Outside the Box. Thanks for spreading the show. We're in over 100 countries. We want to keep growing, but we want to get more people in every country, obviously. And we want to expand in the US. So please do us a favor. Just let your friends know, let everybody know about the show if you like it. There's all kinds of different shows for everybody. So I think that it's a broad perspective of the game of baseball. Just maybe email them, maybe forward on Facebook. If you like it, obviously, if you think it's something that people would enjoy, then not only educational wise, but also learning from a standpoint of careers and all kinds of other things. So we really appreciate it. Special shout out. First of all, prayers to everybody in the world, but also prayers specifically for our friends in Ukraine. The battle keeps going on. I'm hoping that it will end soon. Let's get this over with so we can start healing, getting the country back on, they're going to have to build a lot, obviously. So prayers for my friends in Ukraine, prayers also for my friends in Russia, because they got families in Ukraine. All this hasn't not really got to do a lot with people except for politics, man. But I'll stay out of that part. But I do want to give a shout out to my good friend Stanislav Somotov in Kiev. His wife just gave birth to a baby. Congratulations. Hey, stay safe. Prayers. Hopefully you get your wife and your baby out of there. I know the men can't leave, but stay safe. We are live on Facebook, also Twitter. If you got any questions on Facebook, as I talk right now, this last few shows as I've been in Canada have been mostly myself talking about the Caravan, talking about things, development, parent meetings, specific skills on the Caravan, specific games that you can play with young kids. And I see some people join us already. Marty Lane, great national team coach with Baseball Canada, also runs his own camp here in Canada. Outstanding teacher. Welcome, Marty. Hope everything's well. I see some others on here. I'll get to you in a minute here. I will see here who we have. If you got any comments, mention them on the Facebook page. Put them in the comments section. Could be comments, anything. But today's topic, which I apologize, I may not be on the screen because hey, prior preparation prevents poor performance, and I did not put it on the screen. But the topic is for young kids, parents, and coaches. The Caravan we're doing here, it's education for all of them. 22 cities, Vancouver Island, Okanagan area. Think about that. 3 weeks, 22 cities. We have great volunteers with us that are going around. We're working with all the different parents and coaches and players in those communities. It's a way to promote the game, grassroots level. I'll keep mentioning, I know you may get tired of it, but the best program I've ever seen to develop the game from the grassroots level. I believe every country in the world needs to implement this program. Not only that, every association, especially in the US, associations need to develop this to get kids excited, get parents excited. And remember, we've always said it's a three-pronged educational system when it comes to developing kids in the game of baseball. It's not just about the kids. The kids need to get better by doing things on their own, no doubt about it. Things they learned at practice or things You can just do simple things like throw a ball against a wall, take some ground balls, your backhand, forehand, drop the ball, pick it up, throw it, whatever, all different things you might do in a game. Throw it up in the air, then throw it to the wall. Oh, transferring, we'll talk about that. That's going to be a special show, transferring. As you're throwing against the wall, you're transferring the ball, right? Swinging the bat, any kind of bat, wiffle ball bats, broomsticks, kinko bats, all kinds. Doing things consistently as a player, 5, 10, 15 minutes a day on your own, that makes you a better player. Parents, you're part of that process. You can help them, right? You can have some fun with them at home. That, how enjoyable mom and dad playing catch with their son or daughter. Wow. And let me tell you something on this caravan, we've had a lot of girls joining, and what it is great to see girls and boys playing baseball. It is growing. And as you know, it's interesting. And I guess I'm bragging here a little bit. But I don't know if it's bragging, but it's kind of bragging, I guess. I talk about women in the game. I've given over 1,000 coaching seminars to volunteer coaches in the US, not to mention around the world, but especially in the US. I remember going back 20, 25 years. What did I always say? And you can go back and look at the record videotapes. I'll be glad to send them to you. I said women would make some of the greatest baseball coaches, or coaches in general, at the younger levels, but even at the older levels. But specifically at the younger levels. Why? Because they're more sympathetic, man. They pick up things. Men, hey, don't get mad at me. I talk about this all the time. I'm a guy, I'm a slow learner. Maybe some men are faster learners, but we're stubborn sometimes in our ways. Women seem to be a little bit open-minded. They pick up things. Look, I've worked with women in baseball and softball, young girls, and they pick up things faster. I have no idea. Maybe we do a whole show on that. We bring in some psychologists, psychiatrists, whoever, mind people to discuss why women pick up things faster. But as far as coaching, I've always said we need women at younger levels with the young kids developing the sport, because they're more sympathetic. So again, look what's happening now. Isn't it great? Now we're getting a lot more women. I wish all these people that now want women in the game were thinking about that before, because those are the things you need to think on your own. Don't just jump on and say, oh, we're going to do that also. Now that's great that you're doing it, and I'm happy, I'm thrilled, but how about thinking ahead a little bit and being maybe the leader when it comes to some of this stuff. So again, I bragged. I'll leave it. I'm done with the bragging part. I just something I did in the past, and I'm proud of it, for saying all that. All right, let's talk. Well, it leads right into what we're talking about. Isn't it amazing? Man, I got Jim Swanson, Randy Wee, you're back. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Donald, thanks for joining us. I see it's all on Facebook. I don't get Twitter, but I'm looking at my Facebook page. I'm also drinking my coffee to keep up you got some antioxidants, and you keep up some energy. Got my collagen in here too. Build up the strength, build up the bones, right? Bone density, right? Collagen's good for you. But now let's talk about, young kids after a game, whether it be, I don't know, 9, 10, 11, 12, could be younger, after a ball game. A lot of times they've had a tough day. Maybe they didn't do so well in the game. Now, to you as a parent, they didn't do so well. But we had to we should be picking things that they are doing well, right? Even though they struck out 3 times, they may have done other things in the game really well. But what about now when the game's over and they're going home? Wow. I know this. I was lucky. My parents came from Italy. They didn't say much. They didn't know the game, so it was probably good. They just encouraged me, so I love watching you play. Wow, I really enjoyed watching you play. Positive comments, right? You don't have to say, hey, you did a great job, because maybe, at that time they didn't, right? Maybe they missed 3 ground balls. Maybe they struck out 3 times. Just say I had a great time watching you. I love watching you play. But now the ride home, isn't that important? We joke around all the time. If you got 2 cars, go home with mom if you had a bad day, because mom's gonna be sympathetic. We're back to that again. Mom's gonna be sympathetic, and she's gonna listen. Dad is going to be more critical. Now, I'm not saying all dads, all men, but you're going to be more critical. You know that. You're going to want to change them. You're going to want to tell them what they did wrong, right? What's the best thing to do? Be quiet. Yep, right here. Zip the lips, right? Quiet, relax, take that ride home. If they say something, interact with them, ask them questions, maybe, Sherry or Joe might say, Mom, Dad, dad didn't have a good day today. And then you might ask them, what was part of it that you didn't like about the day, about the game? Well, I missed, a lot of pitches. And then you might ask, well, what were you looking at when you missed the pitches? What were you thinking? Did you know the count? Ask them those questions. When you struck out, what pitch did you strike out on? Let them go think about that a little bit. Maybe it was a pitch outside the zone, right? This was out here. Okay, well, maybe you didn't pick it up early enough, right? Why do you think you swung at that pitch? It's the brain, the mind. So we have to work with that part. And then we have to encourage them right after, they've got everything out that they wanted to say. You help them along the way by asking questions. And now you encourage them to do things good, to practice. Okay, so if you miss some ground balls, now what? What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to go home. Maybe I'll go home that day. Maybe I'll wait till the next day, work on some ground balls. I'll roll you some ground balls instead of hitting them. Then maybe and we'll work on the hands, no glove. We'll work, maybe the backhand was the problem, pitching was the problem. Well, you can catch for them, right? And they can throw to different locations and practice their pitching. They don't have to do it full distance, start short, move back. A lot of things you can do, but that ride home is so important, that again, if you want to pick some things, pick the positives, pick the good things. So folks, this is about the ride home, right? Be positive, encourage, let them talk, ask questions. A lot of great things can happen on the ride home. And you know what, never hurts to maybe go somewhere where they like, get something to eat. And once in a while it could be an ice cream. It may not be the best healthiest thing for them, but an ice cream doesn't hurt. So again, once in a while, I think that's good. And again, encourage them. Okay, folks, this is gonna be a short one today. We got ready to rock and roll here in Vancouver. Getting ready for another day of great Caravan, Vancouver Island. We can't wait. We had great kids yesterday, great parents, and great coaches. And I'll tell you what, the coaches and parents on this program appreciate learning at the different drills, what we're working on. So simple, but yet so fun. And they're always doing something, right? Action, action, action. They learn. Now they can take those and work on those things at home. Coach can work on them in practice. There's consistency. Talk about fun. Now there's production. Because remember, I'm going to leave you with this. When you were a kid, fun is being productive. Don't just yell fun because I just missed 3 pop-ups. That ain't fun. I struck out 3 times. That ain't fun. I'll find another sport. But if I got better by working on the basic skills, the throwing, the catching the baseball, the base running, the fielding, the hitting, if I got better at some of those just a little bit every day, I feel good about myself. Now that's fun because I hit a ground ball and got a base hit. Maybe even if it went under someone's legs, doesn't matter. They get on base, man. You steal a base, that's fun. You take an extra base, that's fun. Maybe the coach isn't always telling you to take the extra base. The ball's in front of you. Make the choice. Let the young kids make decisions. Let kids play. Hey, how about having a day where they're playing on the field, a game, you're just watching, right? We used to do that when we were young kids. Lob the ball underneath. We throw it overhand soft, so it was always being hit. And there was offense, defense, every action all the time. You would watch, you could write notes, maybe the next day, talk about some of the things you saw. And you don't talk about it, you ask them the questions. Whatever you saw, you ask them. In this situation, what should we have done? What would be better? You don't have to pick certain people. You just say the situation in general. So again, folks, really appreciate joining. This is Pete Caliendo, Baseball Outside the Box. Thanks, everybody. We've got a lot of people on Facebook. Appreciate it. Please spread the word around the world, in the U.S., about our show. That really helps us. Really trying to get this going. 100 plus countries. We're excited about it, and we will continue to do some great shows for you. Any suggestions, email me, caliendo19@gmail.com. Again, caliendo19@gmail.com. Check me out on Twitter, Baseball Out, Facebook, Peter Caliendo. I got 5,000 already. There's Baseball Outside the Box, Facebook. And the audio is on baseballoutsidethebox.com. That's where we'd love for you to subscribe or go listen to the show. Friends in ESPN Honolulu, thank you for hosting the show there. You guys and gals can all check that show out there. The audio's there. So again, everybody on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for listening to the audio. Remember, stay safe, be healthy, God bless you, and we will see you on the next show.